Hello everybody, welcome back. This is Space Engineers No Jetpack Survival. I'm PsyPrime, and today we're going to continue working on the big ship. We say this every single time, but yeah, the plan for this one, we've got some elevator, hangar and connector doors that need to be fixed because our automatic door script wants to close them when they shouldn't be closed. So we need to sort that out. We're going to have to add some O2 H2 generators, and we're also going to have to add some jump drives. Yay, that's going to be a tough one to try and fit in. So yeah, here, we don't have to worry about it, there's no doors on those, but these doors, they're going to have to be set up so that they're not automatic. These doors are also going to have to be set up to be not automatic, and the top hangar doors in the main hangar bay, they also shouldn't be automatic because I don't really want them closing on us when we're trying to dock. So yeah, bit of a problem because we have this piston now weirdly sticking through this door. I'm hoping it doesn't freak out when we open the doors again, but it shouldn't do because I don't think there's a collision on that part of the piston. However, if we try to retract this, it's just not going to work. So yeah, that's the first thing we need to do. So after we do the intro, we're going to figure that out. Right, so we're going to use this control panel in the elevator to figure these problems out. Now, it's the automatic door script that I need to quickly look into because I need to know what the command is that I add to the doors to make them exempt from the automatic script. So what do I need to add to the doors naming to exempt them from being automatic? Excluding doors. Add the tag excluded to the front or rear of the door's name. That's all I have to do. Nice. So we'll put excluded, excluded. I want them at the end because I don't really want it to be the beginning of the name because it makes it hard to find what I'm looking for. Exclude those as well.
Meteor storm inbound.
That's lovely. Okay. Lab doors, offset doors, sliding doors, they're all okay. These though, hangar windowed. Oh, I'm just going to trust that this is going to be fine.
Meteor storm inbound.
Another one. Wow, okay. These will be the hangar doors. So I'm going to put big ship hangar doors excluded. I'm just going to copy that whole name and paste it over all of these. Right, that's all of them. So now, theoretically, we should be okay as long as I open these doors. So, open. Open. And we just check if they close themselves automatically. But watch out, I don't fall down there. That's good. Right. These are already open and they didn't actually close themselves, which is a bit unusual. Yeah, it's a bit funny that they didn't actually close themselves in the first place. Right. So now let's test this out. Everything should just work as it was before now. Good. And they're closing properly. This interior door here though. We need to unexclude this particular door. Just this one door. Okay, because it's an airlock system. So these are going to be an airlock. So we're going to do all the airlock door naming eventually anyway. Not going to do it right now. I need to check out the hangar. Just to make sure that... I should weld these up. There we go. Need to check out the hangar, make sure that those doors are functioning correctly. Right. That should shut itself. Yeah. Okay, so these doors are great. There's a button here somewhere. Now I want to make sure they don't try to close themselves again. Little freeze there for saving. We still have autosave on because I still don't trust this game not to crash on me. Right. They shouldn't. I'm going to leave this open, but they shouldn't actually No, they're fine. Right, okay. This is good enough. Okay. We're going to put measures in place to make sure that we can't like decompress an entire section of the ship. We just have to make sure that that's kind of an automatic thing. Right, now what we need is second thing on our list is O2H2 generators. At least that one was an easy one to start with. I wonder if we should put a door on that one. Again, a lot of these are like details for once we've got most of the ship finished. We're just going to go around and sort of tweak a few things and fix some stuff. The elevator's down there. Let's get some energy. We'll eat some food. Still on the first batch of food I took. This is good. Okay, good places for O2H2 generators. I mean, potentially the back of these could be good, but we could then lose them all with the thrusters at the same time. I am going to have to connect these as well so that we've got multiple connections there. I don't really like the idea of just having them on the back of there, but there's space in these spots here actually. Does that line up? I think that does. Okay, let's get some O2H2 generators on our bar. H2 generator. Why am I on that colour paint? That's better. Yeah, just put a couple in like that. One. These don't line up at all, do they? I'm going to have to panel over that one. Oh, freezing. Okay. Yeah, okay, that'll do for that one. I think we could put one on the other side as well, but actually no, wait, that's going to mess up my air tightening around these thrusters. No, can't go there. Can't go there at all, because this section down here, we're going to have to run some of this sort of paneling across these, so I might as well put these in right now. Just to, yeah, light armor. I'm doing a lot of this in light armor deliberately because we do have to well, yeah, we have to absolutely make sure that this is I want to connect this to that. Yeah, we have to make sure that this ship is light enough to actually fly. So come on, can I get right? I want to put a connector in there because that's I need a secondary connection for these thrusters, because otherwise it's a bit of a risk. We'll turn that around that way so it's fully airtight on that side, and then this one has to be a fully airtight block on the top of there. Or I can panel on the I can panel on the inside of it. That'll be fine. Okay, then we could put, I have to weld that before I do too much with it because I can't get to it otherwise. Might as well weld this one while I'm at it. There we go. That one's fine. That one under there I can't get to, so I'm going to have to actually remove that block first and then weld that and put that one back in. So we could possibly end up getting rid of these catwalk blocks because we are, like I say, we can't have this whole area open to space, and because of the thrusters being there, which also have to have access to space, we need to block over the top of them. We absolutely have to. So that changes things a little bit. A little bit of a side quest.
Inventory full.
Yeah. Horrible sound. Okay. Okay. Do the same on this side. Because these are just added weight. And they're no longer functional. Oops. Okay. So this creates more floor space. More usable floor space. We'll get some energy in a minute. Welders and grinders are expensive to use. Eat another food. I'm going to make a habit of eating a food whenever I do that. Oof, don't fall off. Right, so obviously these bits, I mean, there's room for more piping out on some of these parts, so we might need to sort of run an additional line so we can sort of have an additional backup for these connections. I don't want to fill in too much of this yet because I don't know what we're going to do with it, but let's see. Right, so here's not good for O2H2 generators, not like that anyway. We could possibly run one across here if it's a small one. Kind of blocks off that though. No, it doesn't. No, that's okay. We can do that. I don't mind if these are decentralized. They don't all have to be like in one spot. Come on, go the right way. No, everything's all backwards because I'm pointing at the wrong block. Right. No. No. That's right. That'll do. Bingo. Okay. We can panel around that so it's less visible. Maybe keep that bit visible. That bit shouldn't be because it's annoying. This bit here is pointing perfectly out to connect to there. So we could split down the middle down here and sort of pipe that across to there. That sort of provides this extra thruster pack with more options. However, that is a little bit annoying, that cargo terminal being there. Is anything connected to that exclusively? No. I can take this out and replace it with a normal junction. It's like a megaway junction that goes in so many directions. But it's not a good spot for a cargo terminal right now. It just, yeah, it isn't. Assuming this floor is going to come out much further, we could put the cargo terminal back in there. Just facing sideways or backwards somewhere. Getting windy, so I'm going to close my visor just in case. Sorry about the breathing. Tough luck in it. Yeah, we'll put the cargo terminal like that. I think that's a good spot for it. If we need connections on the other sides, I could put the sort of the supplementary shorties on there for that. Although you do have these bits. So, but I would more likely panel around those, or potentially later on turn this around facing the other way. Just, in fact, actually, let's turn it around and face the other way. No, because if we're going to pipe across there to there, that's not practical. Let's put those pipes in now so I don't forget again. So I will. That one there needs to be a full-on conveyor junction. It just needs to be that. Because that's where there's going to be an armor layer. Potentially another armor layer here, but I think... Let's see. How are we going to do this? Well, that's piping there anyway, so... I'm going to put a pipe across here. Yeah. And it's the second pipe there anyway. Duh. And then I think this should be an armoured conveyor pipe. Because I think this is probably the cut-off point for how far towards the back we go, apart from access for repairs. Which I'm going to have to figure out. Reinforced conveyor tube. Right. Yeah, we'll figure out a way to put cargo access in. And we're going to wall all that off there as well. The outsides of these bits are going to be walled off as well. So this is going to extend underneath these tanks, and these tanks are actually going to be inside. All the way to the edge. So lots more building out to do. I just don't want to sort of cut off my options. Just being struck by debris. Eat something. Oh, don't open my visor. Eat something. put some stuff back. Oh, there's cargo access here anyway. It's not far away, so it's not too bad. Right. Where are we going to put these O2 generators? It's not a bad spot, potentially. We got one in. We need a bunch of them. We need loads. If we put one in there... Let's see, because this is engineering. This is the ideal spot for them. So, see if I can get one of these in. Yes, I've been struck by debris again. Right, so I don't know what wizardry is making these bubbles go sideways on these, but I don't even know if I like it. What if I turn it upside down there? And put that in like that. Is there any markings on the underside of this thing that makes it look like it's silly? No. We've just hidden, apart from that control panel up there, but it doesn't look so bad upside down because you can't read the numbers really. Feel like that could be quite cool. There we go. Yeah, that works. I'm quite happy with that. There is that control panel there, but to be honest, really isn't that bad. There's not really any other text on this thing. Oh, there's that. It's a bit annoying, isn't it? Are people going to complain that we've put this backwards? Do I care? Second question. Probably not. On both accounts. But I feel like these need to be a long line of... No. Not there either, really. Not there either. We need to have them on a long line. I think they need to go upstairs. Oh, freeze for saving. Well, let's check downstairs, actually. Let's check around here. Because this is supposed to be all kind of techie, sort of high-tech stuff. I don't feel like we've got room for them here. Oh, maybe we do. I do like these things, but I kind of want them to be the right way up. But I also want them to show. But they're not going to show like that. It's the bubbles thing is so cool. Struck by debris again. Never mind. Right, so the bubbles thing at the top is cool, but it's really annoying they put it at the top where you're not going to see it. Not here. That needs filling in a bit. Finding spaces for things where they look good is actually difficult. I think they're going to have to go upstairs. For sure. In which case I've actually gone the wrong way. We'll take our little mini passage. Still have to figure out a way to sort of stop people falling off the end of that. Not sure if it's even possible. Right, we'll go upstairs. Okay, so medical area, not really appropriate here. This probably is coming out wider, but not yet. Oh, across here. Oh, actually. But flooring is going to be a problem, isn't it? Maybe we just have to sort of bite the bullet and put them upside down in places. Don't know. We can have other rooms in here. We have to sort of step up a level before we do it. Underneath that? No. Here though, next to all the hydrogen tanks, kind of does make some sense. Now the hydrogen tanks are 3 high before we can put another ceiling on, and these are level with the bottom of them. So if I actually had like one of... Not that. Oh, actually, yeah, exactly that. One of these on each of these bits. So those two on each side. Yeah. Now I need a load of how many of them have I got? 40. That's probably enough actually. Right. So there'll be stairs up to there. Do I want this to be interior blocks or armoured? No, because this is like seriously needs to be armoured, this bit. Yeah, like that. We'll have stairs up there. This needs to cover. It needs to come up to there because we can't place blocks in. Oh, we can. Okay, armour them. Armour them. More materials needed. Can I reach you? No. Just covered over the one place that I do need them. Okay. There is a thing in here. Good. Right. Saving freeze. Got that little ramp there to get down. Oh, I could have gone there. Okay, never mind. That's it. Right. That means I don't need this. We can stairs up to there. Right, now the obvious place to put stairs, we can wall in there, so I can actually put the stairs right up close to that. Don't worry about the colour change. I mean, honestly, it's all gonna get repainted eventually anyway. We're gonna like literally paint the entire thing one colour and then go through and put accents in. No, right, so stairs here. For now, we're just gonna put a little temporary ramp in until I decide how the stairs are going to be. Right. More steel plates needed, but luckily we're in a perfect place. We're just going to work our way over. Like I said, I'm doing all this in light armour for a good reason. Because, I mean, it's not very protective, but it's more protective than an interior block, as far as I'm aware at least. Correct me if I am wrong. Yes, okay. So this, yeah, it's starting to form a bit of a bit more structure into the slightly less known parts of the ship now. The bits that we kind of hadn't fleshed out much.
Meteor storm inbound.
That's the third meteor storm this episode. Nothing as far as I can tell. I'm guessing you get the warning even if it's nowhere near gonna hit you. Like if it's a different part of the planet or something, you'll probably still get the warning. Oh, I spoke too soon. Definitely spoke too soon there. Right, let's weld these up. Yeah, we're going to be very selective of where we put heavy armour. I mean, yes, in a firefight, this shit will get shredded. But I want it to be light enough so you don't need to fight. The whole idea is that this ship is for kind of like solar system touring and setting up a new base. It's not designed for beating every enemy going. Although it will be heavily armoured and it should be able to sort of dispatch an enemy pretty quickly if it does have to. Hence where there's going to be a little bit of heavy armor in strategic places. You just have to be smart about how you fly it. I'm building this for me. If you want something a bit more heavy armor, build it with more heavy armor. Just shove a few more thrusters on. And give it a load more fuel.
Energy low.
But there does come a point where you start getting diminishing returns, because the more heavy armor you put on, the more thrust and fuel you need to give it, which then means you need more thrust to carry the extra thrust. So, you know, it's not just a one-fold drop in efficiency. It's much deeper than that. And then as you add more thrusters and more tanks, you need to put more heavy armor on to protect those. Which means then you need even more thrust. See where I'm going with this? I mean, you do eventually meet, you know, equilibrium, but to add a little bit of extra heavy armor, you need to put a lot more weight on to the ship. And then you start getting in the realms of slow to turn around, sluggish to maneuver, you know, difficult to operate, very expensive on fuel. Which also means you need to carry more ice around with you if you're going to be doing any long trips. So it's even more weight. So yeah, I want to keep this kind of mostly light armor with just strategically placed heavy in just certain places, really. Right, I think here I'm clever about how I do this. We should be able to fit a few. Let's see, if we're going to put that in there, we're going to have a wall there. This is about as wide as that might go there. So here, I might just put these in. Although, no, I think I am going to sink them in. I feel like the bottom of that should be reasonably airtight. Let's get rid of that. Let's try it. Let's try it. I don't have a way of testing it right now, but if I put that in like that, let's see. Oh, there's no... Ah. Okay, it has to go in like that. How many spaces are there between these? Not enough. Let's take this end one off as well. Okay, let's see how we do with this. So, because of the design of it, 8.3 does take up a lot more space than the other one. But I'm hoping it's... I don't think it's even more efficient probably, but that has to go in like that because there's no port on the bottom. So unless I put it to the edge, come back one, and sort of find a way of porting around and to it, no, there's no point. So we'll do that. Then we can put another one straight onto it. That comes to about there. This port here, I feel like we need to sort of leave a gap. So I can put a thing in there to make sure they're all connected, and it also sort of has an additional connection between the cargo containers. So we do them in pairs. Which means I can do that now. That was a really bad idea. I need to put a block in there that deals with that, so it's going to have to be a armoured conveyor. 6. Unless I want to pipe up. Oh, yeah, I might want to. We just have to go. We're gonna have to actually go. Oh, I've done it again. Okay, it was even more stupid the second time. I'm just gonna leave that there for a second. Right. Right. Now I want to go around the other side. Target fixation. Not good thing at all. Right. Can I get more blocks on this way? I believe I can. Okay. I just want to do that one there. Then I can do the other side. We're going to just keep going a bit. Uh-huh. Oh, freezing. Not a good spot to freeze. 8, 3. Whap you on there. Yeah, they are connecting quite well. So, right. 5. Uh-huh. So, I think 4 on each side should be probably enough. So we'll round that off right there. If it turns out not to be airtight, I think we'll just window this area off or something. Yeah, we could just put some glass blocks around it. Use these spaces here for the walls. Glass blocks around these. Or we could corridor past them with windowed corridors. Either or. This I'm leaving to be able to go straight up, so I think... Let's see if a pipe looks okay in there. 2. Only if it... Yeah, that's fine. It's not a bad thing to have there. Yeah. Covers up all the nasty parts of that block. Doesn't sort of hide the details on these. That needs to be also one of these. Probably shouldn't be a pipe going up, although that spacing there is not bad for weapon spacing, so we probably should think about piping it up actually. Stairs up to there. Immediately faced by a pipe though, I don't like it. We'll reserve that option for later. In which case actually this could be an armoured... This should actually be an armoured block. It's a bit tidier. Be a C shape. Is that right? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's better. Okay, now we weld these up. So we've got 4 of these to do. Let's make sure we've got nothing on our build planner. Why is my suit and everything's changed? I need to sit in a seat and then... Oh god, my radiation's becoming a bit problematic as well. See, this looks good because the text is all the right way round and the bubbles are going... Well, they're going across. I guess we assume that there's water passing over them. Reality... Those bubbles should really be moving up unless there's a really strong flow of water through there. Kind of doesn't look like there is. It's an electrolysis system, basically. Okay. 4 of those done. I think I should just do the other side now and then come back to you in a second. Okay, 2 sides done. Oh, I forgot to put the pipe in there, so I need to put that in. Just do that very quickly. To same pipe as before. There There we go. Yeah, okay, so that looks kind of neat. Put them up there. We've got our O2 H2 generators 4 in a row across here. Now what we need to do next is try and find somewhere that we can put some rather large looking jump drives. So jump drives, they're 2x3x3, obviously smaller than a hydrogen tank, but they look bigger because they're very monolithic. It's a little conversation I had with somebody in one of the comments of the previous video, but yeah, they're humongous. Now we could potentially fit them. I've still got my little ramp here. We could potentially fit them between these. I think we left 2 spaces between each of these, so it's a pretty ideal spot for them, considering that around the sides of them there's going to be another room, so that's protecting them. So I feel like that's the place to go. So we're going to need a few, because obviously the weight of your ship, the mass of your ship, whatever you want to call it, process tech jump drives. Oh, energy. Okay, I think it's time to eat another food. Right, so yeah, placing them in there I think wouldn't look as cool, but I think it's the safest place for them. Now, yeah, as I was saying, jump drives are diminished by the mass of your ship, so we need plenty more if you want to jump further with a heavy ship. That's so cool though. Prototech jump drive, I can't build them. It's really bloody annoying. That's so good. Don't have the means to do it because I don't have a prototype frames or any of that, so there's something we're going to have to probably go and gather eventually. I don't want to build this based on prototype components initially though, because this variant of the ship absolutely has to be accessible to people, unless you're actually planning to sort of cheat spawn it in admin mode. This won't work for you with prototype in it. Right, so we do it like that. Are they both the same on each side? Yes, they are. So that fits perfectly. There's no way I can port these together or anything, so we're not losing out on anything. And they're protected by welders. Oh, what's in the way of that one? I think I have something in the way of that one. Is this where my landing gear setup is? Oh, it is. Yeah, that's the side I already did with the locking mechanism. I've already done it. And that's now in the way. Can't put it there. Not in between this particular spot. Unless I slightly redesign that. Which I think I probably could do. But no, because it has to go up. It's freaking annoying. I am going to redesign that ever so slightly. But it's not going to work with that in, so I have to remove that. Crap. Okay, I have to go down there very carefully and fix that. No, no! Could have been worse. I could have fallen the extra distance down to there, but yeah. So I haven't done the other side of that yet. I'm gonna have to do it eventually, but I didn't do it yet because I want to redesign this bit. I'll gather those components when the time comes. Okay, so not there, but yeah, let's redesign this bit while I'm at it because that's what I was going to do. I thought of a way to just make this a little bit less huge and cumbersome. Because like that comes out like way high, and then it's going to scrape past that, and it's all just a load of messing around. So if I remove, let's see, we're safe to remove that, and that, and that, and that. Same principle. I'm not going to risk sliding past. I mean, this is again another one of those conversations I've had in the comments, but it is known that you can slide merge blocks past each other, spiky end to spiky end, sideways, and connect when they come into alignment. But the problem with that is, in most of those rigs, the pistons and stuff are not under stress, like this potentially is. This piston here can end up slightly out of alignment due to the way it locks, and then the other one locks, and the other one locks. All three of them do. It can end up slightly out of alignment. And if it is out of alignment, then it's not going to allow them to slide past each other. It just won't work. So that's our problem. So I can't go slide past. We tried it on the front one. It just won't happen. This bit here needs to change. Those little slopey slopes won't work there. Let's jump back. Close one. That's a bit dangerous. Right, so but what I can do, because this bit here is going to be enclosed, because all of this comes out further, so this is all inside, and I believe merge blocks are airtight. If not, we can panel around, it's fine. But this is kind of the lower part of the deck here, so I don't want to go lower than this. I don't need to go higher either. Where's my merge blocks? 9. So let's see, that leaves one space between, which is about the amount I need to make sure nothing goes all over the place. Just making sure I'm not going to break anything with this. I feel like that should have been straight across or straight up maybe, but I think it's kind of cool as it is. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put that there. Then theoretically we can actually sort of just come straight back over. What I'm going to do, this can be the slope now. Right, so where's my girders? 4. This could be the slope. I think we'll stick with angles actually. And then I can go across one with that. Is it that way? Feels like it's that way. Okay, and then I need to... risky, but works. I need to retract this piston. Now that there's an opportunity to do so. So we'll reverse the piston. It's not going to fully retract because of that. Is that structural? I don't think it is. Right, there we go. Okay. So that's fully retracted now. It's good to be able to see what sort of tolerances we're dealing with here. So if you can see there, that's not actually meeting that at all because of the slope. So that's great. Oh, saving freeze. Okay. Lovely. Right, let's see if I can get this merge block on now. There we go. Right. Now let's name these again. Oh, crap. Right, we've got to get down now, because this ship's going to get struck otherwise. Ship just got struck. That sucks. It's going to get struck anyway. I think we need to get some kind of protection on it. I don't think the lightning goes for the player. I think what it is just forms around the player and strikes anything that's sort of in the way randomly.
Energy low.
So we're going to have to do a bit of a lightning check on the ship at some point to make sure that make sure that any damage that's been done is repaired. I mean, for this part of the ship, technically everything over there should be it should be caught by what's on the roof over there. I'll have to close this door. Okay. We should be in a safe environment in here. Unless the lightning puts a hole in the ceiling. Theoretically, it should actually hit the roof over there in the base. It's definitely coming down overhead though. Okay, let's go to cinematic cam. Still going on. I think we've been struck a few times by the sounds of things. Yeah, we're gonna have to do a damage check at some point soon. I'm sure we'll catch a lot of it when we actually start doing hull welding, but yeah. It's been a pretty brutal storm. It feels like there was two of them at once, actually. Don't normally get that much lightning, but is it still going? Is it still going? That's a good question. I think one of these screens needs to have the weather on it. So let's say left screen, apps, and we're going to put weather on that one. And on the right screen, I feel like something along the lines of energy and hydrogen, maybe? Gravity, maybe. Yeah. Useful information. We'll do colours and stuff eventually. Not yet. It's not time for those sorts of aesthetic levels yet. Weather says clear, so I think we're good to head outside and continue what we were doing. Yeah, seems alright. Okay. So I think we can get to what we were doing from back around here. Yeah. This spot here. Right, so we raised that. Not too bad. We raised that up. We put that back on. We were going to name these. So, going to call this, let's see, LG, so landing gear, lock, port side. Yeah, port rear 1, because it's the bottom one. Okay. And that makes this one LG lock PR2. Right. Now we need to just drop that piston again. So let's reverse that. Bingo. No problems with the ground. They probably won't have auto-locked. I don't think we had switch lock automatically on. Can I just step... No. Okay, I can sort of hop across there. So we need to switch lock these. Bingo. Yeah, so that works nicely, that. I think that's quite a tidy solution. I think I might want to figure out a way of just fixing that. It feels like that could be a bit weak there, so maybe this block shouldn't be that kind. But I don't want to sort of cut this off unless I have to redesign it, rebuild it again. I have no idea if these are connected sideways, so there's no connection points on the sides of those. So what I'd have to do is build across these. I could do that now, actually. I could just temporarily connect that. I need steel plate. Yeah, so that connects that to that, and now I can do what I want to above it. That's fine. Right, so here I think shouldn't be quite like that. I think this needs to be a bit more beefy. So right. So if I go straight in with a long beam bolt like that and then put an angled one in here, I feel like that's going to be that's going to feel more secure to me. That one shouldn't be angled in this case. That's a slope as well. Oh, I see what I was doing, yeah. But I think they need to change. Yeah, I want to change those. They look cool, but they also look extremely fragile. I don't want them to look fragile. So let's see. Tops of these. Right, that's going to have to be a solid beam. Yeah, and then that one can be the slope. I don't want it to connect to that, so yeah, that's better. That looks a bit more substantial now. Still has that kind of shape. I'll do that one when I fix it in a minute. Okay, I can, as long as I don't take that block behind there out, should be okay to do the same. Another meteor storm. Lots of meteor storms today. Take you out. That's still connected, so that's all right. 4-4. Right, so okay, which way is this beam box supposed to go? I feel like that'll do. Not much in the way of gunfire this time. I might need to actually check very carefully on some stuff. Right, so here, yeah, I'm going to keep that as that was, but we'll keep it more solid underneath. Okay. So now I should be able to start removing these. Okay. There we go. Right. Doesn't look as pretty as before, but it certainly looks like it should hold this time. I really kind of don't want it looking like it's just going to be weak. I need a short version of that slope. can't reach it. I know I could have built on the ground, but I don't want to add more to the ground if I can help it. That's a bit better. I think a lot of this is going to be down to the way I actually colour it. I reckon that's going to be what it comes down to. It's going to be down to how it gets coloured in. Having that as a slope, it just doesn't feel like it's going to connect into the middle of there. It just doesn't look right. So filling that in, it's a bit more substantial, but it's not connecting to that, which is the most important part. In fact, actually, does that even need to be... No, that doesn't even need to be a peak. It looks silly as a peak. Does not need to be a peak. It looks more like an actual foot then. Like a backwards foot. Yeah, I prefer that. That actually looks a lot better. Right. Okay. Get those out of the way because they're in the way. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So there's a fair bit I need to recreate. Do I want to put... Yeah, I think I want to put something there. 4. I just want to put like a little... something that looks like it's kind of bracing there. Not going to connect or interfere with that. Yeah, that's better. Just feels a lot more substantial. Cool. Okay, yeah. So I'm going to recreate that in my own time. In fact, no, I'm gonna recreate that now. Yeah, I'm gonna recreate that now, get it out of the way, but I'll just do it off camera, so it won't be a minute. I've cleaned that up. We've done the extension to the landing gear bit for all of this, and I've also replicated, or at least tried to replicate, the landing gear's design at the bottom there, apart from that one block there which I missed. That's silly. I need to fix that before I forget, because that looks like it's not even connected. It is connected somehow, I'm not sure how, but it just moved with the whole thing, but I don't really like the fact that it doesn't look like it. So let's assume it's connected. I hope it's still connected. I kind of moved the landing gear and forgot to put that bit back how it belongs. Which way around it goes that way. Okay. We'll deal with a lot of stylistic stuff in a bit. Right, so what I need to do now is I need to retract this gear. Extend this gear. Yeah, it's all connected. It works fine. Make sure these connect. Bingo. Right, that's in. Then I need to go back down there and deal with all of that and the locks. But I can actually lock. I've discovered that I can actually switch lock them from here, because we sort of tweaked our build vision settings a little bit. Right, so that's fine. Now there is a bit of creep going on. So at this point, what we would really want to do is we'd want to switch that one off, and that creep goes away. We just have to remember to turn it on again before we actually try to leave. So what I could do, oh, it's still a bit of creep, so let's reverse that, and then we'll do the same on the other side. I'll put these slopes in as well to make this a bit easier. So this one, release PR2, so it needs to be toggled off, and then you need to be reversed. So basically the landing gear becomes just a part of the ship with a subgrid detached from it when we're stowed, and that completely solves the creep. Let's do that on the front gear as well. See if there's any creep on the front gear. It only happens when you're close to them because the physics of the gear only actually kick in when you're near it. Ah, we're starting to get creep now, so because I'm close to that front gear. See that? So they're locked in. So if I detach that and reverse that thing, creep goes away. This is how the gear was originally designed to work. So we will need to tweak the timer program to make these all work properly and seamlessly, so it does the right things when we stow and when we put away. But we're still getting a teeny bit of creep. I wonder if it's from the connector. Drop that at some point. Okay, good. Right, so now now we've got the gear how we kind of want it. We still have to put some. Yeah, we still have to find a space for our jump drives. So jump drives. Yeah, this feels a bit weird. Okay. Everything is locked in and landing gear down properly. There should be no weird forces going on. I need to sort of pull that off. It's a bit weird. Right. What space have we got left for jump drives? That space is out of the question because that needs to be able to go up by 2 blocks. And as you can see here, that's a bit occupado. So we can't use this space in between them. It's not too big a problem though. We could... that uses that bit. 2 by 1, 2, that's not enough. We can squeeze one in there and one in there. So that's probably the first place to go. And they are still close to some welders, so maybe the welders might help them. So let's put one in. Still got creep, that's odd. Why are we getting creep? Really odd, okay. Which way around is that supposed to be? Which way around do these numbers come? Right, on these, for some reason I'm forgetting, but on these control panels, yeah, the black bit goes at the top. So that's the wrong way up. So we'll put it that way up. Oh, they're both the wrong way up. The black bit goes at the top. Yet, whichever way up you want to put this, it's upside down. Unless I do it that way. No, it's still the wrong way up. There is no way you can put these that's the right way up. On the bottom. I don't suppose you're supposed to see the... Yeah, I suppose... Yeah, it's weird. Okay. It's not going to weld all the way because we're missing a ton of stuff. It's good that that works. Where else can we put a couple of jump drives? Maybe in there. I don't know if they'd actually stick though. We'd have to put some sealing on for them to attach to. Probably. Where did I put them again? 9, 4. Oh, it will go in there. It attaches. Where lines up? There? Or do we come in a bit more? Ooh, I don't mind that. But then we can't put the wall in place properly. We're going to struggle with the welders being where they are anyway. So the wall's going to have to go on the outside of there. No, we'll stay in line with the rest. So that was there. Any room for another one? It's 4 jump drives. I do believe we're going to need a few more. Where can we put, let's say, 2 more jump drives? I don't mind these being decentralized. They shouldn't all be in one spot anyway, really, because if things get broken, or if you lose a chunk of your ship, you don't want to lose every single jump drive you have. That's only a space of 1 block, so we're not going to be able to fit any in that space. There's no mini jump drives in this game yet. Not that I'm aware of. Not unless you're dealing with like mods or possibly prototechs are a bit smaller in a way. Okay, so they're in there. This would have been a really good spot for 2 more, but our landing gear lock system is most definitely in the way of that. Unless I brought them in a bit. But then that's going to make it difficult to get to our landing gear lock system when we want to repair it, so that's really not an option. Okay, no, let's stop looking at that space. This space, if we go down a bit? No, because then we can't floor across there, which we're going to have to do. What about down there? Some space in here, maybe. Oh. I don't need to pipe across there, maybe. So I could slap them on the back of that thruster, on the front of that thruster. Feels a bit risky, though. Here would take up a lot of space. Let's see. All of that scaffolding, we can ignore it. But I feel underneath here is not good either. What about forward of this space? What's forward of there? Oh, do you know what? 1, 2, 3. Right here's actually good. Kind of fits perfectly in there. There's no welding system to deal with it, but I could bring one in. Pop a welder in there. More random bits. So from here, inset wall pillar. Why is that an inset wall pillar? That's strange. It's very strange. Doesn't need to be one. Bit odd, but yeah, never mind. Okay, so that kind of makes these need to be light armor.
Inventory full.
Noises. Okay. So I need parts. Right, so that needs to be light armor, solid block, light armor, also light armor, not light armor. That needs to be a armored conveyor block. So, or I could just shove the welder straight in there actually, so it's serviceable. Yes. Welder. It's not going to make it dangerous there, so that's fine. Okay. It's going to make it difficult walling on the side of that. Thanks to this big thruster here, but we can plate over it. Just to sort of hide it. It's a target, but we'll have one on each side. And again, it's not... Let's see, armor slope, armor slope, armor slopes. I feel like there's a staircase in there somewhere. Because these are the stairs. Yeah, they're pointless. Light armor block. I might be able to move this in a bit. Yeah, I can move that in. 1 block. 9, 4. Let's put it. How did I have it? It was sideways. Put it there like that. So now we don't have a problem walling around it at all. Gives us something interesting to look out of that window. This is completely pointless. So is that, but that's not. That's actually stairs there. So I'm going to solid block that. That way. Yeah. I have to remember what I did in a minute. Okay, so now we still need to bring in a welder for this. This makes it slightly more complicated because there's going to be a wall here. I think the welder needs to go in the space under. What's under here? Okay, we've got an extra layer there. Good. Do I risk jumping down there? Not until I've got materials. Oof. Okay, that was a bit iffy then. Right, let's take this panel off. What am I connecting to there? Is that the thruster? That's the thruster, straight away there. Should be looking at a port there. Yeah, I am. Oh, not again. I've had just about enough. Yes, that's ideal, that. That is perfect. Because now what I can do, I can find it. 5. Is pop a welder straight into there. Make it look good. Yeah, that way. I'm going to try and work through this storm if I can. Close my visor because it's getting very, very dangerously hot. Okay, and that should be piped straight in. Yeah. See, that is actually airtight in that space. I mean, the gap's there fine, but I mean, when I put the block on top of it, it closes that up. So when I wall around this and close this off, I might put something with some windows in, debris, okay. It should be fine. Right, go do the other side now. It's getting weird to walk around on here. It's a bit odd. I still think I need to sort of demagnetize everything and disconnect everything and just reconnect it all again. Oh! Something got struck up there. Storms have been turned up to 11 at the moment. Kind of quite annoying. So I'm going to have to find out what we got struck then. Eee. Okay, so that comes out of there. I know. I think that got struck and it just got itself welded back up again. Luckily, like, all the major blocks are, most important blocks are like easily fit. Oh, okay. That's a little bit different. 1, 2, 3. Still leaves space, so we're still putting it in here. debris again. Oh, exposure level for radiation is really, really high.
Energy low.
I really need to find myself somewhere sealed. Shockingly bad.
Health low.
Yes, yes, yes. I'm not going to die yet. Close. Oh. Come on. Exposure level's still quite high, so we've got to sort of keep healing myself until we're okay. Medical bay's up there, but not here.
Your health is critical.
Stayed out in radiation for far too long, that's the problem. Come on. Eat food. Okay, we're back out of the danger zone now. Yeah, I forgot. Thunderstorms, when you're outside of these environments, are basically radiation hazards. Yeah, that's not good. So we actually do have to sit out some of these storms, at least partially. We can't literally just sit here and... why is everything... Right, I need to detach these magnetic plates and reattach them, so... mag. Big ship LG mags. Large magnetic plate. All these large magnetic plates for... and that one are going to be grouped up into big ship feet. Okay. Now we're going to turn them... we're going to unlock all of them. Well, that was a bit odd. I think we moved. I had to relock us. Yeah, the ship wanted to move. It's a bit odd. Unless the wind's blowing it. That did not sound good. That sounded a lot like something blew up. Trying to build something on Pertam is not a very smart idea. Right, I need to get some health back. Right, are we clear yet? Not officially. Definitely not clear yet. Something else blew up. Clear. Okay, officially it's clear now, so I'm going to risk going out. But first stop has to be to our medical spot. And then we have to figure out what happened when I disconnected these landing gear. What actually went funny. We need to go up. Okay, medbay is in there. Okay, back to full health. Great stuff. While I'm up here, let's see what looks like it's been damaged. Nothing here. All of them are self-welding, so they're fine. Definitely some damage at the forward section, though. Yeah, we're missing some stuff here. Again, colour doesn't matter right now. Okay, I could get up there and repair that. I've got to put slope in there for a minute just so I can get up to the top of here and... Okay, I don't see any immediate damage forward of the place. Oh, those definitely got struck to death. Wow. Bit of a repair job needed there. Right. Okay. Right, fix all that. I think we're probably in okay shape now, so let's go back down. Which was the way down? To the end of the corridor here, turn left. And start finishing this bit off. Is that like that on the other side? I don't think it is. Oh. Okay. I got struck for sure. I don't think it's going to be like that on the other side. So these stairs are actually one further over on this side, I think. Let's count them. 1, 2, off the middle. 1, 2, middle. Oh, we do have a hole there. Oh, we've lost. No, that's right. That's the side that I've done. This is the side that's not done yet. So this is the side that needs to come down. Okay. Right. How do we get to that bit? Through here. Okay, there's definitely some... Yeah, that's where the damage happened there. Another block missing up there. Engineering section. Here we are. Right. So, yeah, these were going to go because they're all the wrong block. Yeah, that's where we exposed that. There's no window here, though. 1, 2, 3. I think should be fine to go straight in there. Yeah. Okay. This one doesn't have to look as pretty because there's no window going there. So, bam. Right like that. Now here...
Inventory full.
That's where we're going to put our welder. Good. And then that could be basically covered right over here. Need loads of plates. Okay, and we know we're gonna work around that, so I can do that another time. Feel like that's part of the inside of there, so I don't really want to take that out yet. Good. Okay, now we're in a similar situation. We've got 6 jump drives now. I think that should be enough for the ship. Providing we're not planning on doing like loads of mega jumps, I think we should be okay. Right. I mean, this ship should be able to wait between jumps, no problem. Right, now we need to, before we get distracted by anything, which I no doubt will, I absolutely need to get down, out of the ship, and have a proper look at what went wrong when we disconnected all of the landing gear at the same time. Okay. Interesting. Because it sounded quite a lot like something broke, or was trying to break. Well, we're definitely not aligned where we should be. Oh no, we're not far off. Okay, that's a bit odd. It did its bouncy thing. We're in the right place. I just feel like what I need to do is like disconnect that, toggle it off, switch lock it. Oh, no, I can't do that. Switch lock. Why can't I switch lock it off? Strength is like nearly nothing, so actually no, I need to detach and yeah, I need to turn that back on actually, and I need to trigger the reversal of it. So retract. So big ship connector retract. Trigger now. Right. And then I'm going to go around and do these gears. So switch lock. They don't auto lock, which is deliberate. Because I like to be able to let things settle. All this seems okay. I mean, we don't have any subgrids attached to any of this stuff, so I need to get rid of these blocks. None of this is actually in the way. Oh no, I don't want to turn them off. I need to switch lock them. Make sure the other ones are, I did that right. On and locked off. Ready to lock. Okay, so we should be able to just lock them back in now. Yeah, that movement we felt initially, I think, must have been everything sort of trying to realign itself, because there must have been some stress between these and that connector. Okay. This, I think the magnetic strength needs to be like turned right down. Right, we need to get the connector back on now. Where is there a port I can do that from? I can do it from over here actually. Okay, extend. Trigger now. Open my visor. Again, this is deliberately slow because if we were doing an in-space ship-to-ship docking, we don't want this thing flying out and punching it away. Oh, I could have just pressed that to deploy it. There's no point retracting from here because you'd only really need to retract from the cockpit where you're planning to fly away. Right, that locked in. I'm going to actually turn the strength off on that completely as well, because this shouldn't be grabbing. It shouldn't be pulling or grabbing or anything like that. It should just literally lock and that's it. Shouldn't be too hard to pull away from it once you've disconnected. Okay, everything should be stable now, which I'm quite pleased with. Right, yeah, I've been recording for 2 hours now. It's lunchtime. Well, it's way past lunchtime. I am going to find somewhere in the ship to actually log out this time. See if we're stable. No creep. Nice. No creep. Good. Things just needed to settle because of that last maneuver we did. We've sort of tweaked and unlocked and relocked things so many times that things must have got a little bit out of whack. So I think we're going to stop off in here. That should all close itself. Yeah, just going to find a seat here that's not going to do any harm to anything. That really needs to be fixed for the next thunderstorm. Okay, so next time we're going to repair our roof because that was protecting us. We need to do something about putting an antenna onto this ship, or a couple of antennas actually, like an array of them. They can act as lightning rods. They've got a decent range on them as well, so they'll help protect this ship from further strikes. And we're going to find something else to get up to. Maybe doing a little bit more hull work, a bit more room work on there, and see how much further we can progress this ship. So until next time, have a fantastic weekend, and whatever else you're going to be doing, make sure it's fun. Until we see you next time for another No Jetpack Survival. Bye for now.